You're watching Welcome to FresBerg with cartoons for kids that are educational. Make sure you check us out every Tuesday with a new episode. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our videos.
Hey, Big Juicy, do you have a second?
Well, I have some orders of barbecue to fill for the shop, but I can't always take time to chop it up with my nephew. What's good?
Well, let's say I have a friend who really wants to hang out with this group of kids. The thing is, these kids tell him the only way he can chill with them is if he does something that might get him in trouble.
I don't like the sound of this already, nephew. But for this, friend you talking about, what are they asking him to do?
Well, he told me that they wanted him to use drugs. He told me that the only way they would let him chill with them is to show that he would do drugs and he wasn't a square.
Man, I had that happen before, nephew.
Really, Big Juicy? So, what did you do?
Well, actually, I ended up doing what those guys told me to do. I thought the only way I could fit in was to mess around with drugs.
Okay, that's what's up, Big Juicy. I'm glad I talked with you.
Hold on a second, nephew. There's more to the story.
There is? What happened, Big Juicy?
Well, when I tried it, I really didn't like it. I just did it because I wanted to fit in. Then one day after school, one of the teachers called us. We ended up getting kicked out of school for the rest of the year.
Oh, man. My mom would be so mad if I got kicked out of school.
Well, trust me, when my mom found out, I had a year's worth of punishment. On top of that, I had to go to counseling.
That's crazy, Big Juicy.
Now, what's crazy, nephew, is someone who tells you you have to do something that you don't want to do in order for them to be your friend. We don't need friends putting pressure on us to use drugs. Drugs are illegal. They mess up your brain, and they mess up your life. When I got busted, it felt like the longest year of my life, and I learned one thing.
What was that, Big Juicy?
I learned to say no to drugs. No matter what anybody tried to tell me or make it seem like it was okay, drugs are never okay. So Bernard, your friend, tell him my advice would be to never let people talk you into using drugs and to say no to drugs.
I'll say no to drugs. I'll make sure my friend says no. And thanks for your help and advice, Big Juicy.
That's what I'm talking about, nephew. Say no to drugs.